Good morning. Read the Bible in a year, day 129. And we are reading 2 Chronicles chapters 13 and 14. Page 889 if you're following along in the scriptures. And we'll start with chapter 13. In the 18th year of sovereign Jeroboam, Abiah began to reign over Judah. He reigned 3 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Micaiah, the daughter of Uriel of Geba. And there was fighting between Abiah and Jeroboam. And Abiah joined the battle with an army of mighty men of battle, 400,000 choice men. And Jeroboam drew up in battle formation against him with 800,000 choice men, mighty brave men. And Abiah stood on Mount Semaraim, which is in the mountains of Ephraim, and said, "Hear me, Jeroboam and all Israel. Do you not know that Yahweh Elohim of Israel has given the reign over Israel to David forever, to him and his sons by a covenant of salt? Yet Jeroboam, son of Nebat, the servant of Solomon, son of David, rose up and rebelled against his master. And vain men gathered to him, sons of Belial, and strengthened themselves against Rehoboam, son of Solomon, when Rehoboam was young and tender of heart and could not be strong against them. And now you think to be strong against the reign of Yahweh, which is in the hand of the sons of David. And you are a large crowd, and with you are the gold calves which Jeroboam made for you as mighty ones. And have you not thrown out the priests of Yahweh, the sons of Aaron and the Levites, and made for yourselves priests like the peoples of the land, so that whoever comes to ordain himself with a young bull and 7 rams then becomes a priest of what are not mighty ones? But as for us, Yahweh is our Elohim, and we have not forsaken him. The priests are serving Yahweh, the sons of Aaron and the Levites in the work, and are burning to Yahweh every morning and every evening ascending offerings, and sweet incense and showbread is set on the clean table, and the lampstand of gold with its lamps to burn every evening, for we're guarding the charge of Yahweh our Elohim. But you have forsaken him. And see, with us as head is Elohim himself, and his priests with sounding trumpets to sound the alarm against you. O children of Israel, do not fight against Yahweh your Elohim of your fathers, for you are not going to prosper." But Jeroboam sent round an ambush to go behind them. So they were in front of Judah, and the ambush was behind them. When Judah turned and saw the battle was both in front and behind them, then they cried out to Yahweh, and the priests sounded the trumpets. And the men of Judah gave a shout, and it came to be as the men of Judah shouted that Elohim smote Jeroboam and all Israel before Abiah and Judah. And the children of Israel fled before Judah, and Elohim gave them into their hand. And Abiah and his people struck them with a great slaughter, and 500,000 choice men of Israel fell slain. And the children of Israel were humbled at that time, while the children of Judah prevailed, because they relied excuse me, because they relied on Yahweh Elohim of their fathers. And Abiah pursued Jeroboam and captured cities from him: Bethel with its villages, Yashanah with its villages, and Ephraim with its villages. And Jeroboam did not regain power again in the days of Abiyahu. There we go. And Yahweh smote him, and he died. And Abiah became strong, and took 14 wives, and brought forth 22 sons and 16 daughters. And the rest of the acts of Abiah, and his ways, and his words, are written in the commentary of the prophet Iddo. Chapter 14. So Abiah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David. And Asa his son reigned in his place. In his days the land rested 10 years. And Asa did what was good and what was right in the eyes of Yahweh his Elohim, and removed the slaughter places of the foreigner and the high places, and broke down the pillars, and cut down the Asherim, and commanded Judah to seek Yahweh Elohim of their fathers, and to do the Torah and the command. And he removed the high places and the sun pillars from all the cities of Judah, and the rain rested under him. And he built cities of defense in Judah, since the land had And he built cities of defense in Judah, since the land had rest and had no fighting in those years, because Yahweh had given them rest. And he said to Judah, "Let us build the cities and make walls around them, and towers, gates, and bars, while the land is yet before us, because we have sought Yahweh our Elohim. We have sought, and he has given us rest all around." So they built and prospered. And Asa had an army of 300,000 men from Judah, bearing swords and spears, and from Benjamin 280,000 men, bearing shields and drew bows. All of them were mighty brave men. And Zerah the Cushite came out against them with an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots. And he came to Marashah. That is a big army. And Asa went out against him, and they set battle in array in the valley of Sephathah at Marashah. And Asa called to Yahweh his Elohim, and said, "Yahweh, there is no one but you to help between the mighty and the powerless. Help us, O Yahweh our Elohim, for we rest on you, and in your name we go against this crowd. O Yahweh, you are our Elohim. Do not let man prevail against you." So Yahweh smote the Cushites before Asa and Judah, and the Cushites fled. And Asa and the people who were with him pursued them to Gerar. And the Cushites fell until none was left alive for them, for they were broken before Yahweh and his army. And they took very much spoil, and struck all the cities around Gerar, and the fear of Yahweh came upon them. And they plundered all the cities, for there was exceedingly much spoil in them. And they also struck the camps of the herdsmen, and captured many sheep and camels, and returned to Jerusalem. And that's it. Tomorrow's 15 and 16. Shalom.